Hi, I do what's called sublimation printing. Previously on my Facebook page, I've done some pictures, still pictures of the process, where as I tape stuff, I take a picture, as I press it, take a picture, all that fun stuff. So this is just going to be a video that goes through the process of one item that I'm doing. This is actually a customer order, 22 separate awards. Each one is different. Each award has a different name on it, and there are 3 categories of awards. So each category has different wording on it. Like I said, 22 unique awards. Takes a little extra time, but clients love it. So I've got a heat press right here. I just finished one, so we're still warmed up 390 degrees. I'll be pressing for 60 seconds. These are metal awards. Depending upon what you're pressing on will determine the temperature and time that you're pressing. It's different for metal, different for wood, different for shirts, all kinds of different things. I've had some plastic where you press for 35 seconds. I don't do those anymore because they tend to melt. Don't do them. Not doing them ever again. So here's the process that I do. I've got the heat press here, gloves, heat tape, microcloth, got the printer, and I've got my laptop set up. Ignore this disaster over here. I've got stuff up there from when I did 3D printing. Also have stuff up there from when I did laser engraving. Now basically I just do sublimation. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my Photoshop, and I'm going to load up the next award that I'm going to do. I look at the name of the award and what the award is for. I go up and make sure that the name and the award match the file, because I know I've got 22 separate files, different names that go with the awards. So then the next thing I do is I get the award blank. Kind of a funny looking award blank, but they're a unique one. I like them. So does the client. This bottom part actually bends under. It's a self-standing award, made for a shelf, a desk, anything flat. And depending upon how you bend this under, it sits on the desk at different angles. Sublimation printing, the sublimation blanks typically come with a clear plastic coating. Even though it's bare metal on the backside, it does have a plastic coating on the backside. The coating is designed, well, the coating, not coating, it's the plastic cover, basically. That's designed so that when it's in shipment, as it gets bounced around, even though they try and package it the best, if it rubs against it, it's not going to be damaging the sublimation coating. And it's always fun to remove this plastic film. The way I do it is under the light, I look around the edge, and there's usually a little spot around the edge that looks like it'll come off fairly easy. And once you get it moving a little bit, then you can grab it, pull it, and remove it. Same with the back side. You kind of look around the edges, find a spot where it looks like it'll come off easy, get it started. Sometimes it's easier than others. And then on the back side, you'll want to remove that protective film as well. So now I've got my grubby little fingerprints on the sublimation side. So I get my microfiber cloth and just make sure that I've got the majority of fingerprints off of it, no dust. Just make sure it's all set and ready to go. Next step, and this is basically what you do with every sublimation, is put it under the heat press. We're not pressing it. We're just letting it warm up a little bit. While it's warming up, I'll come over into Photoshop and I'll print the next item It doesn't automatically print to the printer. I use a Sawgrass sublimation printer. From the computer, it goes into their proprietary print software, Print Utility. In Print Utility, you tell it what you're printing on: metal, hardboard, fabric, glass, and it actually changes the profile of the color to match what you're printing on, different amounts of ink, so it comes out basically good every time. So once I've got that printed, I left this a little bit long, so it's going to take a little bit longer than normal because that got hotter than I wanted it. Get rid of the protective film. I'll need the glove in a few minutes. So now I come into Sawgrass's Print Utility. I do color management. They have different color modes that you can do. I choose the one that's best for what I'm doing. Go into General, make sure that I've mirrored. I've got metal, letter size paper, high quality, and the type of paper that I'm using. Double check to make sure that I still have paper in the printer, and printed. On the heat press, mine has one layer that is more soft, then it's got a more firm heat pad, then I do a Teflon sheet, and then butcher paper. So now I've got my next print ready to go. Most of mine have at least some kind of guide on where I'm going to put whatever it is I'm sublimating on. White side is for sublimating, metal side is not, so when you're putting it on, you want to double check, triple check, make sure that you're putting it on correctly. And on this, I go in to where my guide is, get it set up on the guide. The other thing I try and make sure of is that it's right with the paper. You don't want it skewed a little bit. It is noticeable when you do that. But I tell people, you know, each one's going to be a little bit unique because I don't have any machines setting it up for me. Once you get it lined up, a couple of pieces of tape to keep it from moving around. And so now this one is ready to go. Put it on top of the butcher paper. You want the sublimation side facing up, your sublimation paper facing down. Next I put another layer of butcher paper and another Teflon sheet. Yeah, I wish I was doing a telethon. If you want to send me money. No, just kidding. Okay, so now we're all set. 390 degrees for 60 seconds. I like to bring it down slowly until it makes contact, then quickly lock it. Start the timer. Across the room, I have a table set up for basically cooling. 390 degrees for 60 seconds on metal. It comes out extremely hot. If I were to go over and place it on one of the cool ones, the heat would actually activate the ink again and smear the ink. I've had that happen, ruined several sublimations. That's why a lot of times I always order extras. And I've got a chair right here where I put my papers that I've used. I do have a little trash can behind me, but where I'm doing 22 of them, it will overflow that. So I just set them to the side and then take them out to my regular trash once I'm through. As it's getting close to the end, get a heat glove. Even with the heat glove, these are really hot. And as it counts down to the end, kill the timer, pop the heat press, Remove the Teflon coating and the butcher paper. And the way these ones are, even though they're taped, comes off really easy. Remove the tape. Like I said, even though you got a heat glove, it does come out really hot. Set that off to the side. Look at it under the light. Make sure that everything came out right. And once it's done, set it over there to dry. Next step is I come over, I remove that one from my Sawgrass utilities so I don't print it again. Go into Photoshop, close out that one so again I don't print it again. Then I go into my files, the one that I just printed. I go through and at the first of the file I add a P, that signifies that it's been printed, moves it to the end of my files, and leaves the next one that needs to be printed right up there at the top ready to go. And that is my process for sublimation printing. Thanks for watching.